You know what, guys? I have a theory. When SH Figuarts was contracted to make Street Fighter figures, it was supposed to be for Street Fighter 4, not 5. Therefore, that would explain why Ryu, Chun-Li, and Cammy look drastically different when compared to how they're represented in Street Fighter 5. Akuma here was probably part of those Street Fighter 4 prototypes, as he looks nothing like he does in Street Fighter 5, as he is lacking the lion mane that he is sporting. Regardless, I am really happy they made an Akuma figure, as in my mind, Akuma is the strongest and baddest mofo in the Street Fighter universe. When Soda Toys released Akuma back in the day, he was easily my favorite Street Fighter figure, well, besides Ryu. So, does this figure succeed the Soda Toys Akuma? Let's find out in this toy review of SH Figuarts Akuma. So let's talk about what I don't like about this figure first. He has one big negative for me, and while some people may not see it, it bothered me a lot. Akuma has a lot of palm strikes in his arsenal of punches and moves, and sadly he cannot adequately do a palm strike correctly. This is due to how his wrist and hands are designed. The ropes in his hands get in the way, and it is impossible for him to do a palm strike. If I designed this figure, I would have made these ropes out of a much softer plastic so that it can give a little to achieve the palm strike, or you can make a hand designed pointing straight up in a 90-degree angle so that it's always in palm strike mode. That's my only issue with this figure. Besides that, this figure is absolutely amazing. SH Figuarts has accurately represented Akuma in the best way possible. A solid matte finish, perfect Akuma face, and his musculature is excellent and accurate to Street Fighter 4 Akuma. The only thing that I think is missing is his Raging Demon symbol in the back of his gi, but that only shows up when he does the Raging Demon, so it isn't a permanent symbol. Looking at his musculature, it is video game perfect, and I love how you can see the veins popping out like he's ready to be violent. This looks amazing and is an excellent touch. So when it comes to paint and detail, is this figure an accurate representation of Akuma? Absolutely. Do I wish he was Street Fighter 5 Akuma with the lion mane? Yes! I don't want the Storm Collectibles Akuma, as his scale is much bigger than any other figure in my collection, so he won't fit if I'm trying to do a Marvel vs. Capcom scene. So while I want a Figuarts Street Fighter 5 Akuma, this figure will have to do as an overall Akuma figure from other Street Fighter games. Looking at articulation and scale, he stands at around 6.5 inches tall, and here he is next to Marvel Legends Cyclops, Figuarts Ryu, and Figma Deadpool. Perfect scale to set up your favorite fights in Marvel vs. Capcom. Looking at articulation, he has a bend at the toe, bend at the knee, triple joint at the upper leg for maximum posability, rotation on the wrist, rotation on the upper midsection, butterfly joints, bend at the elbow, ball joint wrist, and 2 articulation points at the neck, giving you a total of about 28 points of articulation. Joints are tight and smooth, and he poses really well. Looking at accessories, Akuma comes with 2 extra faces, Hadouken effect piece with stand, 4 extra hands, and background is what you get with this figure. Looking at the faces, you get a neutral face, that same face with his left eye looking more left, and an angry, grinning face. The left eye face was a face that I hardly noticed a difference in, as the facial expression is the same as the neutral face. I wish he came with a yelling face instead, in my opinion. The Hadouken effect is really nice and is much like Ryu's Hadouken effect. Instead of blue, it's purple with a translucent effect to it. I love this effect and it adds to the overall value of the figure. The background you get is from Street Fighter V. While it's nice that you get it, I still wish we had a separate head with a lion's mane so that it is a Street Fighter V Akuma matched with a Street Fighter V background. That's the only way this makes sense. Lastly, the extra hands are really awesome and adds to the amount of poses that you can do with them. Overall, this is an amazing Akuma figure and is a lot of fun to pose and play with. Akuma is one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter, and this figure is very well made. I just wish he came with a Street Fighter V head. Unfortunately, I think the only way to achieve that is by making a custom, and not get the Storm Collectibles version, as the Storm version is much bigger in scale and won't fit with any of my figures. Regardless, this figure is amazing and easily worth the buy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.